Okay, our agenda will cover some club status and some quick information, then we'll get to our main topic. The next MaxSig is June 20th. Just had the MaxSig last Friday, so their next one is June 20th. If you have a iPhone, iPad, or Mac, it would be beneficial for you to join that. The next question and answer we have coming up June 3rd. That's usually the first Tuesday of the month, and that's an online, so you're welcome to join us there. And our next general presentation is going to be June 18th, and that will just be an in-person one. Well, so we won't be, or no, I mean, it's just a web one. It won't be an in-person. And that'll be on buying a computer. Myself, Tom Kreuzer, will talk about the pros and cons of different devices and things to consider. And especially with Windows 10 going away, and if your computer can't be upgraded, it's going to be time to buy a new computer there. Officers, Jim Holman is our president, Linda is our vice president, Paul is our membership secretary, Paula is our treasurer, and we've been trying to find a replacement. Paula is retiring the end of the month, and if you're interested in becoming treasurer, we sent out some information, and you can join us at a board meeting to see what we do, and not much of a commitment, and it's a good group to work with there. So we'd love to have you if you would like to be a treasurer. The treasurer does have to be an active 3M employee. So we need an active 3M employee, preferably somebody who isn't going to retire in the next year or so. Chuck is our recording secretary. Mike is our MaxSig. Andrew is our communication coordinator. My name's Tom Kreuzer. I'm a director at large. And so those are the main board members. Members old and new can pay their dues to Paul Ebert. And just a reminder, if you're changing emails or retiring, make sure and notify us because that's the way we keep in touch and send out the notices. If you do have suggestions for topics, you can email your ideas to myself or any of the board members. We're always looking for people to volunteer to present on hardware or software that you may be using at work or at home. And if you don't want to present, we have a monthly eBytes newsletter. You can write a sentence or up to multiple pages letting the other members know what you're doing or what package you're using. Our website, as I showed earlier, you'll see past meeting recordings and handouts. So this meeting will be out there in the next day or two. We have our deal section, we have our eBytes newsletter, and there's the link. And the link is also sent in all of the emails that we send out. Okay, let's get to our main topic today, which is scams and cyber threats 3. So this is an update, obviously, with the 3. I think the last time we did it is maybe 14 months ago or 16 months ago. But there's always new scams, there's always new things, and the more you know about it, you can protect yourself. Technology has made scams more convincing and dangerous that everybody is an attractive mark. It's important that everyone take steps to better protect themselves online. So let's talk about how to minimize, monitor, and manage your way to better safety for your data, identity, and your money. Scammers have become much more adept at impersonating legitimate institutions, including creating websites and messages that are carbon copies of legitimate healthcare providers, businesses, banks, and you name it, scammers are into it. Criminals are taking advantage of technological innovations like AI and growing use of psychological manipulations. And it's working. They're making billions of dollars. At a time when people post details about themselves on social media, and data breaches of identity information, it's simpler than ever to learn a great deal about their target, meaning us, to make their appeals more convincing. So let's talk about the scams. And what we'll do in this first part here is we'll talk about the scams, a little bit what they are and how you can protect yourself. And the more you know about these scams, the more you're going to be able to recognize them when you run into them. And you will run into them day in and day out, whether it's on the phone, whether it's in text messages, whether it's in emails, whether it's in some poster that you see, you can run into them all over. And a big one is charity scams. Increasingly, scammers are using AI tools to fake caller IDs or create messages that appear to come from a legitimate organization, including established charities, and they ask for donations, which they put in their pocket or gather your credit card information and do bad things with it. These fraudsters are especially active after a natural disaster or an emergency when people are highly motivated to give. You can check out the past presentation in April 2024 that contains a great deal of information on charity scams, including links to check out charities and more information on how to spot it there. Okay, another one is bank scams. Creating a fake version of a bank website is almost effortless for a scammer. So anyone can copy a website because it's out on the internet, just like you use a browser and go out there. These criminals can take all of the pages and all of the graphics, and they can create their own unique website that looks like it's, let's say, Wells Fargo or whatever bank there, and try and get you to enter in your account or your credit card or some piece of information there. So it's so easy to create a fake website. They attempt to trick people into giving away their account and password information on the fake site. With stolen credentials in hand, they drain your bank account, steal personal information, or just sell those credentials to other scammers. They also may call you with a caller ID showing your bank, saying that there is a problem with your account. Never click on a link or a button in an email. If you have on your phone or on a tablet, bank app, use that. If you've got bookmarks that you've made to your bank in the past, use those that you know are safe and going to the right place. Never click on any of these links or buttons that you get in the text or emails there. And never give your financial information to anyone. So these are just some examples here. You may get a text like down here in the corner, Wells Fargo Bank fraud alert. Did you attempt to purchase a Walmart of $1,263? Reply yes or no. Again, don't click on it. Don't reply to it. Use your app. Use your bookmark. Go out to the site. Or if you have a telephone number for your bank that you've called, use that. But never click or respond to any text message. Another one is your bank may send you a note or an email that says identity verification is required on your checking account due to some unusual activity. Verify it by clicking on this link to avoid your account being disabled. Now, they're trying to use the sense of urgency to get you to click on these things or be upset. Gee, did I just get a charge on my bank account there? They're trying to prey on that to get you to click there. Here's another one. We've noticed multiple failed logins on your bank, logging into your bank account. As a precaution, visit this, and you can see right away, this is kind of an easy one. You look at this, and it's not even referencing the bank there. It's referencing just a bunch of numbers and letters going out to some server somewhere where they're going to, again, try and capture your information. Okay, this is a relatively new one in the last few years. It's text from strangers. When you get a text from somebody you don't know, being Minnesotan and being polite, it's natural to respond and say, sorry, you must have the wrong person. But that can open the door to fraud. Just delete the text and mark it as junk to block further contact with this individual or scammer that is out there. Even if it was an honest mistake, it's safer for you not to answer. So this is typically how it goes, where you may get a text or an email that'll ask a question, and you respond, who is this? I don't recognize this. Oh, I see your number on my phone without a name. I'm not sure who it is, so I sent you a message. My name is Lucy from Southern California, and this person starts striking up a conversation with that. Well, that's a technique that scammers will use to try and engage you and then try and get you to either buy some things that they're selling or cryptocurrency or things like that. So it's just best not to respond to any of these unsolicited text or emails or anything like that. A little variation on that is a social media friend request. So some people on Facebook that I know just love to see their number of friends that they have go up and up and up. Myself, on the other hand, I want to protect my information, and I truly only want to have my friends in that can access my account. So anytime I get a new friend request, I don't automatically add them. I say, well, do I really know this person? What does this person want from me? And even if it's a old friend from high school, this is an old friend from high school that I want to share my information is. And how do I know it's really that old friend from high school and not a scammer? So generally, it's best to turn down requests from strangers. They might be seeking personal information or intending a fraud attempt. Don't trust that anyone is who they claim to be online, because anyone can create a Facebook account. Anyone can call it any name that they want. Uh, so it's hard to tell if it's actually a scammer or a real person there. So watch for cloned accounts of people that you may already be connected to. Another one is dating or romance. Fraudsters create fake online identities and look for people open to new relationships. Once trust is formed, they ask for money or sensitive information. Be diligent and keep the details to yourself. So, some of the signs of that scam, the person may profess love quickly, claims to be from the US but is overseas for business or in the military. They may ask for money, lures you off the dating site, claims to need money for emergency hospital bills or travel, plans to visit but can't because of an emergency. Another variation of that one is sextortation. That starts out on any site similar to this, similar to a romance or that. Could be a dating site or social media, and you start messaging with the person, or you're on a gaming site and they start messaging you, where people meet and communicate, and it can be anywhere from teens to seniors. The scammer may claim to already have a revealing photo or video of you and then kind of try and extort money out of you. Or it could be, sometimes it starts with the scammer interested in a relationship asking for a nude photo. And you don't have to send the nude photo. They'll send you a picture of them first, and then they expect you to send a picture of yourself back. Well, they just use a stock photo, and they're looking to get a picture of you. once they have a nude picture of you or some compromising photo, then they try and extort you, saying, well, I need $100, otherwise I'm going to post this on social media. And this is the scammer threatens to publish it unless a fee is paid. Even if you pay, they continue to extort additional money. This scam has resulted in an alarming number of deaths by suicide, especially in teenage kids or even college kids there, where they're embarrassed and they don't want photos to come out, and these scammers know that they can extort money from people. Crypto criminals. These scammers may use dating or messaging apps, social media, or the wrong phone number or text contacting people. They try and build a relationship and then share their expertise. Gee, I've been making a lot of money in cryptocurrency. I can teach you how to make money. So they want to share their expertise in investing to get you to invest. When you get a response from somebody you don't know, again, similar to the texter that we talked about earlier, don't respond. Don't say, I'm sorry, you have the wrong person. Just don't respond and block them, because you're bound to open up a door to fraud. Delete the request and mark it as junk to block further contact. Even if it was an honest mistake, it's safer for you not to answer. So this is just kind of the bad cycle, and you probably can't read the detail there, but it's a cycle of trying to gain your trust, and once they gain your trust, then their ultimate goal is to get money and involve you in a scam there. Okay, another one is fake business emails. You receive a business email claiming that there was a suspicious purchase on your account. Do not respond or call the number listed in the email or the text or the telephone. Go directly to the company's website, log into your account, and that's the best way to see if there truly is some charge or some order that's been placed that you didn't place. The other option is go to the organization's website, find its customer service number, and call it. Crooks replicate big brand emails and links that take you to fraudulent websites where they seek your personal information and some kind of payment. So this is an example here of email made to look like it came from Amazon, but if you actually look at it, it actually came from this help at markutrails.com. Well, that's not Amazon. But sometime, again, that sense of urgency and people disregard some of this stuff because it looks like an Amazon invoice. And gee, here on my Amazon account, somebody bought an Apple iMac and it's going to be shipped and it's $1,526. Well, I don't want that. I better click on this link or click on or call a telephone number that's listed in this email, and you're connected to the scammer, and they'll get your credit card or your Amazon account information. So you have to be careful. Pop-up ads. These happen all the time because any site that you go to, there's usually ads. Most of them are legitimate, but there's a number of scam ads that'll pop up also. These suddenly appearing ads have been around for years. Scammers insert code into the pop-up that if you click on it or you tap it, it may download malware to your device. Never click on one unless you're positive it's associated with a legitimate website. So stay away from these ads. This is an example actually of a pop-up ad that a lot of people get. Computer virus alert or update. Most people have seen these pop-ups claiming that your device has been infected with a virus or needs an update. After clicking a link or calling a fake support number, you give the criminals remote access to your computer, or you end up paying a fee for some software that you don't need. They may install malware, ask for a password, or sell you useless software, maintenance, or a warranty program. Never call a number listed or click on the link provided. If you are having problems that suggest a computer virus, get in touch with a reputable computer tech support service. Okay, local phone calls from numbers that are like yours, so the same area code or stuff like that. Free software exists that lets a caller falsify the caller ID number that appears on a target's telephone or phone. So criminals might use a number that looks similar to yours, or they may use your bank's number, a government agency like the IRS, Medicare, or police department to get you to answer the phone. Again, you can't trust any of these things. Let all suspicious or unexpected calls go to voicemail. Note that federal agencies will never call and ask you for your medical or social security number or other identifiers. Almost half the people polled by McAfee say McAfee's antivirus software provider say that they or somebody they know has received a text or telephone call from a scammer pretending to be from the IRS or a state agency. So it's very prevalent. Another one is fake jobs. Criminals get your personal information through phony job ads or emails. You're told you've got the job and have to fill out paperwork online, and the online is asking for your social security number, addresses, phones, and potentially bank info. Some may ask you to pay for training or useless certifications or to cover shipment costs for equipment. It's all a big scam, so be very careful of that. Another one that's very prevalent is USPS package, and it also can be FedEx, any of the package places there, or an Easy Pass scam. There you receive a text or email asking for a small payment. Excuse me, a little tickle in my throat. Asking for a small payment, or click the link for more info if it's an error. Well, if it's an Easy Pass that says that you were on a toll road in Chicago and you know that you haven't been to Chicago, people are tempted to click on the link to try and clear things up. Well, that's exactly what the scammers want you to do, is click on it, and then they'll ask for verification, where they'll try and get your credit card and other information there. So they're after your personal and credit card information, and they fool thousands of victims every day. More recent one is CAPTCHA, CAPTCHA malware. CAPTCHA is the function on websites where you have to prove that you're a human by picking the pictures that show a certain thing, or clicking that you are a human and not a robot there. But again, these can be manipulated such that the CAPTCHA, the pop-up there, the website asks you to prove that you're not a robot, but instead wants you to click. When you click on it, it runs malware and installs a virus on your computer. Never follow instructions given on a website without thinking it through first. So if you're trying to log into someplace, you shouldn't have to be downloading or validating that you're not a robot there for that particular website. So be very careful. Another one is job scams, fake job postings and work from home schemes that ask for upfront payments for training or material. They may steal personal information from you or ask you to send them some money to take the class or that. Investigate the employer yourself. Insist on face-to-face meetings, either online or in person. Okay, buying items online. if you buy items, and certainly some of the popular places are like a Craigslist or a marketplace, Facebook marketplace, and you see the perfect couch that you'd like, and you find an amazing deal out there. Uh, $50, you can get a couch that's worth a couple of $1,000s. When you contact the seller, they tell you it's first come and you need to pay now. If you submit the money via a digital payment app, you risk that the seller disappears with your money and you'll be stuck sitting on the floor without a new couch. Fake item sales are especially tempting if the item is rare or expensive, like a collectible car. I don't know, I'd never be buying a collectible car on the internet, but certainly I bought a number of things on the internet and I've sold a number of things on the internet. You have to be very careful. Never pay for a product sight unseen, even if the deal seems too tempting to pass up. Another variation of that is if you want a ticket to an event, stick to reputable secondary ticket markets like StubHub or Ticketmaster's verified resale service. So if you think you found that Taylor Swift ticket for $100 and everybody else is paying $1,000, I can guarantee it's a scam. You send them $100, you might as well put that $100 towards buying an album or that, because you're not going to get into the concert there. You can always check the buyer profile for past transactions and when the account was created. Those are huge red flags if it was an account just created and no feedback there. Variation of that is you selling an item on one of these sites. So you're selling an item and you post something for sale, and a buyer responds immediately right away. Your lucky day. Well, not necessarily if it's a scammer on the other end. They may try and get you to accept a check or Venmo or Zelle or other instant payment method, and those lack protection. And the scammers know how to manipulate it so that you're the one left holding the bag there. So never accept a payment. Some of them will say, I'm going to send you, I have a cashier's check for $2,000. What I'm buying from you is something for $1,000. If you can just take and cash the check, send me $1,000 back, or maybe even just $500. I'm going to give you $500 for cashing the check there. And what happens is the check is bad and you're left holding the bag for the $2,000. Another is vacation or timeshare scams. You pay upfront money and then a yearly fee for a condo, rental, or cruise. Some provide promotional prizes. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And this, I have a couple of friends who do have timeshares, and I've always said that there's almost no timeshare that is a legitimate deal. Almost all of them are somewhat scammy in the hidden cost, the fees that you have to pay. You can't get rid of it, the contract that you have, just all kinds of problems. So be very careful with those. Another one is an accidental payment scam. You receive a payment from somebody you don't know. Could be in your Zelle, could be in your Cash App, could be in any of the, PayPal, any of the digital payment systems. And just like the unknown text that you get, somebody is sending you money that you don't know or why they'd be doing it. So then that somebody contacts you and says the payment was a mistake. They just typed in the phone number or the name wrong and accidentally sent you, let's say, $500. And then they ask you to return the money. Being a good Minnesotan and a honest person, you say, sure, I'll send you back the $500. So you send the stranger back their funds. However, these funds may have been stolen in the first place using somebody else's credit card or bank account. And what ends up happening is you end up not getting the $500. You sent the person back a legitimate $500, so you're out $500. So don't ever send money back if somebody claims that they accidentally sent you money. It's a scam. Okay, what are some additional tips? Those are the most common scams that are out there. What are some tips that you can use? Well, change your smartphone settings to send all unknown calls not in your contacts directly to voicemail. So that's one way of not getting these calls, these unknown calls from unknown sources. This is an important one, that sense of urgency. Don't act fast. Get a second or a third opinion. The need for speed is a scam tip-off. Call a trusted friend if you think you are caught up in a scam. That goes the other way too. If you see a family member or a friend being a scam victim, help before they lose everything. Two heads are always better than one. QR code directing you to a crypto ATM. So if somebody sends you and says, well, I want you to pay for this thing by using this QR code and go to this ATM, that's a crypto ATM. That's a dead ringer for a scam there. Crooks can quickly and easily get you to send them money via cryptocurrency in the ATM. Then it's gone forever. They text you a QR code and instruct you to scan it at the machine at the store or gas station. Once you scan the QR code and make your payment, your money is in the scammer's hands and it's not going to come back. Gift cards. These used to be the main mechanism for people to, or scammers to get money from you, but it's still being used in a number of scams. The scammers prefer them because they have fewer protections for buyers compared with payment options such as credit cards or bank accounts. And the transaction is largely irreversible. If you are asked to pay for something by sending a code or gift card, it's likely a scam. Do not pay by check. Mail, nowadays, mail can be intercepted. The old mailbox there can be intercepted and the check can be modified or washed. Pay online with a credit card or a debit card wherever you can. Sign up for text or email notifications of payments from your bank or review your monthly statement for unauthorized payments. Be wary of celebrities selling products or services. Nowadays with AI, I think Tom Hanks, they used him in a number of scams to have him as their endorser, and he never endorsed any of the products or services there. But it's so easy to create them nowadays. AI scams increase with voice duplication. From just a few seconds, you can mimic anyone's voice there. Phony photos generated to corroborate whatever tale they were telling you. Deep fakes can be so convincing you are connecting to a real person there. Never give anyone who contacts you personal information, like date of birth, address, social security, financial details, and more. Okay, we'll take a look. I think we've got a little time. We'll take a look at some example of email scams that I've collected over the last year. So let's see if I can get over here. Let's go to meetings. So these are actual live emails that I've received over the years. Most of them have gone into my spam. Gmail has marked them as spam, but some of them make it through into my inbox. But you can see these are some of them that we've talked about. Oh, congratulations there, Cash App. Let's open it up. Somebody sent me $1,000 is now available in my account. Oh, isn't that amazing? Because I don't have a Cash App account. But if I just click on this confirm here, I can go out here and I can look and see all the money that I've got out there. Oh, here's Amazon. What's Amazon sending? Congratulations, 500-pound Amazon or 500 Amazon gift card. I'm a winner there. All I have to do is click on that. Congratulations to me. PayPal, please update your PayPal payment information. Sounds legitimate from PayPal. Looks legitimate. They've got a PayPal deal. Oh, the number looks fine there, but this is a scam. It wants you to click on this, and again, they'll capture your information and sell it to other people. Oh, federal tax settlement. Oh, they found some free money for me. All I have to do is click on this and confirm it, and I can get some free money. So a lot of these scams fall into, they all have a sense of urgency. Then there's the good ones where you'll get a prize or you'll get money, things like that, or bad, that something has been charged to your account. Oh, payment declined. Oh, my iCloud storage is full. Boy, Boy, I didn't even know it's getting full. Even though I put nothing out there, it's getting full. I better click and I better do it because otherwise they're going to start deleting files out on my iCloud account. So they're all looking for this. Let's go out here. Oh, what's the Lane want here? Oh, student loan debt department is contacting me. This is regarding case number 81423. Oh, I never had any student debt, so this is all news to me. I better call this number and get this straightened out because obviously the government is screwed up there. Cash App, you've been paid another $1,000. Oh, here's a login. Oh, we've noticed a login to your account from a new device. Was this you? From Dallas, Texas. It was Safari on an iPhone 14. Well, I don't have an iPhone 14, and I wasn't just on there. Excuse me. It's somebody must have hacked my account and is trying to get in. I better click on this reset password or report this user or I'm going to have some problems there. So you have all these things. Oh, here's another one. It appears to be from Experian, one of the major credit reporting deals. Oh, here's an alert. Here's an alert. Your email address alert. Oh, my email address is out there, and there's a problem there. But guess what? They're going to help me out. All I have to do is click or give them a call. No, you have to be careful of all these things. So this is just a small sampling of different things out there that you have to be aware of. Let's see, let's go back to the presentation. We can't go through all of them. Where am I here? So it's easy to feel that scams and threats are beyond hope, but don't give up hope. Hope with those tips, with the ability to recognize what's out there, you can keep yourself safe and not be caught up in a scam there. So let me stop sharing if I can get back here. And if you do have a question, I'll take a look. 1 second here. Let me choose. Oh, I guess I did. I did turn it off. So hopefully, let's go to the chat. We'll see in the chat here. Let me start at the top. They have been asking, how long have you been using dating sites? Have you met anyone yet? Yep, so there's all kinds of tricks to try and engage people. Some of these methods to send out text messages or on these dating sites aren't a real human at all. They're just chat bots that are set up to respond. And once they get somebody kind of connected there, then they move in for the target there to try and get people. Bonnie says, please talk a little bit more about CAPTCHA. How do you know when it is a CAPTCHA that it's okay to complete to access the site? Yeah, the CAPTCHA is a little bit trickier because CAPTCHAs can either be a pop-up window that you see when you're on a website where it asks you to identify all the pictures that have a motorcycle in it, and you have to click on that. Well, that's different than a pop-up that just is a button that says "I am human," and when you click on it, it uh, is giving permission to the browser or wherever you are to actually download or install software on your computer. So that's where the scam comes in, is when they've been given permission to download there. Now, if you're on a website that you've never seen the CAPTCHA before, that's kind of the red flag to watch out for there. Also, it's a case of very few of the CAPTCHAs nowadays just have the button. They do show pictures, and they use the pictures to that you have to identify which ones contain a certain element. There's next to no CAPTCHAs nowadays that just have a button on there and say, please press this button. That's kind of the dead giveaway there. So hopefully that helps there. Other questions or comments?
Hey, Tom, this is Kevin Roseman. Thanks for clarifying on the CAPTCHA. I also want to let everyone know I got about 400 power tools from Harbor Freight if anybody needs any. I'm just kidding.
Oh, here, I'll turn
I get a lot of those every day.
Yeah, the categories of the scams kind of fall into the two categories, and so it would be a case of the good the good ones where you've won something or money has been deposited or stuff like that, and then the bad ones where your account has been charged or we see a suspecting. So uh, psychologically, they know which buttons to press in people to get them to click or react. And they use the sense of urgency. So, all of these, the good or the bad, will say you've got to immediately act and you've got to do it right away. So, unfortunately, they make so much money that people just keep joining in all the time. Now, one that I just heard this last weekend, because I listened to, oh, I guess I must have missed the last bullet on the last slide that I had, where I mentioned if you are interested in scams and getting more information, one of the sources that I like is AARP does have a podcast, a weekly podcast, where they dive into scams. Uh, they'll usually pick a certain scam and then they'll talk to government agencies and how to do different things. But the last one that they had was an interesting one. It was the Humane Society. So a woman had a cat, and the cat had ran away, and she put up posters around. And a couple of days later, she gets a telephone call, and on the caller ID it says, I don't know if this was Cleveland, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio Humane Society. They had found the cat, and she was kind of overjoyed because she was happy there. But the Humane Society, we had checked the chip and we had located that we identified that you are the owner there. Unfortunately, the cat had been run over by a car and had a bad foot and needed surgery. And the surgery, we have to do it right away. And the surgery is going to cost $2,000 to do the surgery. And she was going, oh, I really don't have the money to pay there. Can I, a care card? Can I use one of these health cards or stuff like that? No, they don't take the health card. And they ended up knocking the fee down to like $1,500. They could do the surgery and then she could pick up the cat. Well, she sent them the $1,500, and as soon as she sent them the $1,500, after she got off the phone, and they were going to contact her that night after they did the surgery and give her an update of how the surgery went and when she could come down and pick it up. Well, that night they didn't call her. The next day they didn't call her. And then obviously she started figuring it out that maybe this wasn't the Humane Society. She called up the Humane Society. No, they don't have her cat. No, they don't do surgeries. They never ask for people to pay money and stuff like this. But this is a relatively new scam that is going across the country like wildfire because it's so easy to scam people, and people are so desperate with their dogs and cats, and they're seeing the caller ID says, "Oh, it's the Humane Society or it's this clinic or whatever," and unfortunately, it's all a scam there. Any other questions or comments? And some of the older scams, I mean, will just stay around because people keep falling for them, and that's why the more that we're all familiar with it or what they look like or things like that, the more we can keep our eyes open and not get caught up in that sense of urgency that you have to react right away. But there are just so many variations of scams and so much stuff out there. Uh, and again, it's all sources, whether it's text messages, whether it's emails, whether it's physical mail that you get, whether it's a poster that you see up on a telephone pole. You see there's these scams just all over the place. Okay, any other comments or?
Hey, Tom, another thing that's picking up, it seems like, is text messages that just start with the word hello.
Yeah,
And then I usually do a search on the area code and it's, British Columbia, Canada. I know no one in British Columbia, Canada. So just FYI.
no, you're right there, and I think I did mention a little bit on that, that they're just attempting to connect with somebody, and then once they know that they have excuse me, that they have somebody on the line, either in the text or it can be an email or it can be a telephone call. So it can be all three of those that they, you know, being a nice Minnesotan or a nice person, you're trying to help the person out and say you've got the wrong number or you must have been off, and they'll try and strike up a conversation, get you to feel comfortable with them, and then they'll start kind of pushing the buttons there to see if they can get some money out of you. And there's all
Yeah,
kinds of
yeah.
ways to ask for money. To the person starts saying, "Gee, I just made yesterday $10,000 in cryptocurrency. Are you doing anything in cryptocurrency?" And the other person, the person that they're trying to scam will say, "Well, no, I really don't know that much about it." And well, I can teach you about it, and I can get you into it, and you can make all this money there. And it's unfortunately a tangled web there that people get sucked into and going there. I had a friend of mine on one of the dating sites, and uh, what was his? Oh, his was he had met a woman, and they had started conversing there, and then the woman because he's at the time was in his 50s there. The woman had a son that was just having a birthday coincidentally in a couple of weeks, and it'd be kind of nice if he could send a birthday present to her son there. That'd kind of show, oh, you're really doing a good job. So he sent a gift card to the son there, and I was explaining to him. I said, this is a scam, don't you? And he said, well, I kind of thought it was, but they weren't asking for that much money, so I thought I'd do it anyway. And uh, what I did in his case is this woman had sent him a photograph, supposedly of her, and I went into Google, and if you're not familiar in Google, you can do a reverse image search. So you can upload an image and you can say, where on the internet is this image used or available? And so we searched it and we saw this was kind of a stock image of this particular woman, was in a number of places on the internet. So it definitely was not, he was not talking to a woman, and he was not talking to the person that he thought he was talking to. But it's so easy for people to kind of get caught up with some of that stuff. But I wasn't too happy when he said, well, it wasn't too much money, so he wasn't too worried. He was a little skeptical, but I don't give him any money. If nobody sent them money, all these scams would dry up and disappear. Okay. And everyone said, know what QR codes are in the wild. Don't just scan them. Yeah, the QR codes, that's that black and white deal. You take your camera and it'll go out to the website. And let's say that's next to a poster that you're at the airport and you want to order a Burger King. And there's a QR code there. Scammers will put a fake QR code there, send you out to their site. You're putting in your order there. You're giving them your credit card number, and it's not going to the real Burger King. So they've just pasted a fake QR code over the real Burger King QR code, and they've gotten you to scan that. So you do have to be careful whenever you see things like that. Now, the one that you can trust is on the handouts for the PC Club on the back. There's a QR code on there to get you to the PC Club website. So, and if it does happen to say, please send $20 to Tom Kreuzer, just to give him your credit card number and send your donation my way, and I'll take the donation that way. Okay, any other question or comment? Okay, well, thanks for joining in today. And again, our next month will be on buying a computer there, and we've got our question and answer coming up next month too. So hopefully the rain will stop and we'll get back to normal temperatures. I love 70-degree temperatures, but we seem to be going from this 90 degrees to 40 degrees. So hopefully it'll warm up a little bit there. But thanks everybody, and have a good day.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Yep.